What's going on, everyone? Jimmy Like Hill here, back again, and today we are talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Now, this is the OG Switch version, not the Switch 2 box art. I don't have the physical Switch 2 version, but the footage I will be showing is going to be the Switch 2 version. I'm talking about Star-Crossed World and all that. But yeah, let's get into the the main game here. This game came out in 2022, early in the year, I believe. Also a very clean cover. The whole idea of the Forgotten Land, of being human civilization looking, and it's all this stuff that's abandoned, is really, really cool. And I don't know what the lore implications of that are, but very interesting nonetheless, especially for a Kirby game. But this game has the mouthful abilities, which is kind of like Mario Odyssey, where you can kind of possess random objects, not to the same degree, but Kirby also has a bunch of copy abilities anyway, so it's kind of just very in line for Kirby. But here's a really nice background art of the cover here. Just going onto the bridge into the city distance. There's a cartridge there. And yeah, let's get into the game. Okay, so here we are in game. There's a little hub world in this game that's really cool. In previous, more recent Kirby's, you kind of just have the world that you're in, and then just kind of, the hub is the world map. It's not really a hub. So it's really cool how this game had this. And there's a boss arena up here. There's a bunch of little mini games you can do that are really cool, and they have their own challenges. I just think it's really cool when games have their own little hub world that you can interact with stuff, and I just find it really cool, and it's very satisfying to actually interact with all these things. They're little gotcha machines, so literally called that. But one of the coolest things about this hub place and about Forgotten Land is the copy abilities that you get. You can actually upgrade them. So this is what it starts out of by default, but then you can upgrade it and then upgrade again, and then to its max form, which is this one, which is so cool. And you can actually change which one you want to use, so you can nerf yourself. And to do that, you get rare stones, and you can get those by clearing the Coliseum, which is the thing I just mentioned before. And if you powered up something that already has its most powerful form, like the Dragonfire one here, it'll just get a +1, so it'll just do a little bit more damage and a little bit faster. Stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure I got all the quote-unquote max abilities here. I didn't get them all +1 or anything. I just got the highest one. And they all look really cool when you get the highest one. They're all very practically useful. This one I don't think is very useful. It might do something though. I don't remember. But yeah, the copy abilities in general in this game are really cool, and the whole quote-unquote gimmick of being able to upgrade them really makes them stand out more, and it's really, really cool what you can do with them. And it makes the game a lot easier on bosses too, because that true arena in the Coliseum gets hard. That final secret boss is crazy. But anyway, getting to the main game here. Here we have the world map, and I actually should start from 1. This is the last area in the game, and I believe there's 5 worlds. So there's Forbidden Lands here. There's the Ice World. Original Wasteland, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's 5. Because this is technically 2. There's a desert one and there's a lava. Even though they're connected, they're 2 separate worlds. So that's 2. The ice area is number 3. And then the amusement park is number 4. And then the beach is number 5. Yeah, and then the grassland is number 6. So there's 6 worlds. And all of them are, pretty unique in identity and the overall theming of the areas and stuff like that. What's really cool as you're seeing me flying around this world map here is not only are there the main levels that you play, this is the first level here, but there's also these little side challenges that you can explore the map that you'll find. You'll just click A and then they'll pop up. It's oh, there's a little challenge thing you can do here. This is actually the first level here. And then the sub thing you see here in blue is the DLC level of this, which is basically the DLC, the Star-Crossed Worlds, ends up coming out to remixed versions of previous levels, and you'll see it's not remixed versions of every levels, which is a kind of a shame, because the remixes of the levels aren't that exciting. I think the levels it doesn't remix are actually some of my favorite levels in the game, so it's kind of not as fun. Like, I was playing the DLC and I'm like, I remember this game being more fun. And then I went and played the whole regular game of the regular levels and I had a lot more fun. So the DLC levels are fine. They're not bad at all. They're still more fun Kirby Forgotten Land, but they're just not as good as the original levels they're either based on or they didn't remix the right levels, in my opinion. That's what I think. And for $20, I definitely think you should get more out of it. Now, I didn't even finish the DLC yet, but honestly, I don't think I will. I don't really care that much. The DLC quote-unquote price of the $20, what's more worth it to me is the actual upgrades of visuals and performance, since it makes the game 30 FPS to 60 FPS, and it makes it look better from sub 1080p to like 1440p, which looks really cool. So, I think for all Switch 2 edition games, the performance upgrade should be free, and the DLC is what's paying. It should be like $10, $15 max. Not $20 to make an $80 game, but yeah, that's just my opinion. That's what I think. But yeah, overall, this game, I love the bosses. I think that's easily the best part of this game. Probably some of the best bosses in the entire Kirby series are in this game. And that's why it's so fun to play. And all those abilities you upgrade just absolutely decimate the bosses when you go and fight them in the arena and the Coliseum. But yeah, I mean, overall, game has a lot of great features and levels and good level design, good enemy design. The dodge mechanic in this game, when an enemy's about to hit you and you dodge out of the way, you could do like a little counterattack, is really cool. It feels like you're playing a little mini Devil May Cry moment or something like that. But yeah, the game feels really good to play. It obviously looks beautiful. Even on the Switch 1, the art design is really well done. But yeah, all the Kappa biddies, like I said, are fun to use. Upgrades are even more impressive because we've never had that in a Kirby game before, which is really cool. If they made a Forgotten Land 2 in like 3D, because Forgotten Land is basically if you took a 2D Kirby game and just made it, you know, available to move in 3D, which is, you know, good because the 2D games are already really good. And then just make it 3D. But this is more like a 3D world, not like a Mario Odyssey, like you can go all these different places and explore. If it was more like a world that you could do that, like a Mario Galaxy or Mario 64 type of map, I think this game, well, not this game, but Kirby in general, a 3D Kirby could be really cool. And maybe that is the next game that they end up making, and this was just the first step, was just take what works with Kirby and then put it in 3D, and it works really well. So, that's why I like the game. I think I said in a previous video in Triple Deluxe, it was my favorite game, and upon replaying it, I think it's actually not. It's Planet Robobot is my favorite. So yeah, a 2D game for me is actually better than the 3D one. I know, crazy for me to say that, but this is still like number 2 best Kirby game. It's still really good regardless of what I think is better and best, but I just think Planet Robot is so good. But this game is also very good. It's a lot more interesting too. It's not just like, oh, let's take the most basic 2D Kirby platform and make it 3D. No, it's not like Return to Dreamland. It's much more interesting ideas. It does a lot of cool stuff with like the level design and world environments and all that stuff. So yeah, the music's also really great. This is the reason they waited to release the rest of the soundtrack until later in the year, because they're releasing this DLC, which had its own unique music and boss and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think of the game and the mouthful abilities and the worlds and level design and all the upgradable abilities. I really enjoyed it in this game. It was such a fun experience to play for the first time too. It's also very replayable, and Kirby games are usually replayable, but yeah, this one in particular is also very replayable. So yeah, let me know what you think of the game. Leave a like if you enjoyed and want to see more Kirby videos. Be sure to stay subscribed. And I will catch you in the next video. Until next time. Probably a video on Kirby 64, so